up clean in a GL whip. Kenny Red Flash with a turbo kick. Lil Laredo, yeah, the name's on fire. Burning up the road, taking dreams higher. 0 to 100, no time to stall. Every frame, every post, yeah, he does it all. From the streets to the screen, he's got that glow. Welcome to the ride, it's Lil Laredo.
Oh man, what's the problem? Oh, God, this gas thing.
Red line dreams, we don't slow down. Engine roar when we hit your town. Next it starts so sharp like a midnight show. Oh gas, no brakes, little no.
Damn it, what's wrong with this thing?
No brakes, little no. Drift through life with a fearless tone. Every move custom, every vibe is on. Not just a car, it's a way of life. Precision, passion, cut like a knife.
Really
Face through the doubt and fear. He's the one they watch, the one they cheer. So buckle up tight, let the legend grow. You're in the fast lane with Lil Laredo. Dreams, we don't slow down. Engine roar when we hit you.
Okay. I'm getting my little stuff together. I'm never together anyway. So we're gonna go with a story that I came across. That is 4 children in the back of a truck, as what his name is titled. And I'm like, why in the world are these things going on and on and on? You know, I just don't get it. I just don't understand. And I hope that the times we're facing now doesn't make it even worse than it already is. You know, desperate people do desperate things. And we know that, you know, and it makes me sad. Makes me so, hey, Sprinkle Donut, how you doing? No, say up. What? Okay, there's that. Let me figure out what's wrong with my sound. Oh my God. Thank you. Oh, come on. This needs to be 0. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with that thing. This will fix it. I think it might be for right here. There we go. All right. Now do you have sound, Sprinkle Donut? Can you hear me now? Is it fixed? Thank you. I would never know unless you told me, you know. So silly, right? I hope you can hear me. Hello. Let's see if there's something wrong with this part now. I hope not. Damn it. I swear I don't understand what's wrong. The other day I had no sound after 18 minutes. Yeah. Okay. One moment, please. I know it's got something to do with this right here. Hang on a minute. Oh. That's not connected. All right. Oh my God. Please don't screw with me like this. I swear to God, I just want to fucking scream. I swear to God. And I don't even like cussing. Audio. There's my back. Okay, I think that might fix it. All right. Can you hear me now? Sprinkled? I hope so, because I don't know what's wrong with it. I hope you can hear, because according to my little microphone, it said it was, you know, had sound, but I don't know. Let me see if I can hear myself over here. Let me get on my phone. Where I will never win. Let me check it over here. See, this is when I get very nervous. Let's see. Never win. Oh, I can hear myself. I'm good. All right, good. All right, good. This is when I get very. All right, good. We have sound. Perfect. Thank you. I'm so glad you told me, because I would not have known. I've just been ragging my mouth all this time, and nope, no sound. I have sound because I can hear it on my phone when I turn it on. So thank you very much, Sprinkle Donut. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed yourself last night. I really do. I mean, Sprinkle Donut, it was beautiful. We were doing Devlin. I'm sorry, guys, I didn't put on my makeup today. I just kind of jumped on, but we were doing Devlin, and all of a sudden the announcement came across. Okay, thank you. The announcement came across that they are charging Stacy Wanderer and the woman and the death of little monkey Michael Bond. I'm so excited for Brandy. I just was crying. I'm so excited because, that lady's been through hell, absolute hell. And the fact that she almost passed away in the middle of all of this, and I'm so excited. Yes, Monkey Michael Vaughn. I'm so excited. Oh my God. I would have hated to see something happen to her, and the people never charged. I'm so glad. But anyway, I mean, there's so many of these little kids I don't understand, It makes me sick. Now, those douchebags need to tell where he is. Hey, do you want to come up with me, Sprinkles? You can. Here, I'll give you are you at work, or are you at lunch, or are you off today? I'll give you the link if you want to come on up. I didn't know if you were home or not. Copy. All right. Here we go. I'll give you the link. It's fine. You know how I am. Anybody can come up. I don't care. Here, let me paste that there. So there you go. So if you want to, you're sneaking at work. Okay, that's okay too. That's fine too. But anybody else who wants to come up, they're more than welcome to come up. But yeah, so I came across this other story, and it was 4 children in the back of the truck. I'm like, what do you mean? And I could not believe what I was reading. What the hell, People have got to really open their eyes. They need to stop. Oh boy. So this happened, I believe, in North Carolina. This happened in, right? North Carolina man is charged with murder after allegedly killing his 4 children. Okay. And Johnston County Sheriff, was talking about this, and this was on October 29th. Johnston County, North Carolina. A Johnston County father is charged with the murder of allegedly killing all but one of his children. Why all but one? Why? Look at my hair, it's everywhere. Why? Okay. It's 38-year-old Wellington Dickens III will make his second court appearance on Wednesday. The investigation started on Monday at 10:09 p.m. after Johnson County got a 911 call from Dickens himself. He allegedly told them he killed 4 of his children. Why only those 4? If you have 5, I mean, what? Johnson County Sheriff's Office sent deputies to the address on Springtooth Drive to investigate. Dickens told his deputies his 3-year-old son was alive inside the house, and 4 of his other children were dead inside the truck, in the trunk of a car in the garage. Okay, yes, it was not a truck. It was in the trunk of a car in the garage. Anybody that's out there, if you want to come up, come on up. There's the link. I've shared it. I'm good with it. I'll let anybody come up and talk if they want to, because I love to hear other people tell stories too. It's wonderful. But anyway, so he's telling them that they're in the trunk of this car, which is god dang awful. So he goes, an investigation discovered multiple bodies inside the trunk in the garage. Deputies determined that the remains had been there for a long period of time, according to the court documents. The crime happened in May. Honey, this is October. Tomorrow's November the 1st. This happened in May. Nobody missed those children? That does not make any sense at all. How could this happen in May and nobody missed those children? Nobody reported anything. Nobody noticed that those children were anywhere. I went and got a coffee before I get started. I had to move my live a little bit later because I had to go and pick up some more candy. It's Halloween, and over here where we lived, they actually opened the gates to our subdivision. It's a little private subdivision, but they opened the gates, and so everybody that lives in our area can come in here because they know that in this neighborhood, people give full-size candy bars. I was like, honey, we don't have enough, and you know that. So I had to run over to dang Randall's this morning and pick up some more candy. Well, while I was there, I thought, well, you know what? It's pumpkin time. I needed some pumpkins. So I grabbed a little pumpkin coffee. But anyway, let me take a drink. So good. Okay, so how nobody missed these kids? I don't understand that at all. So, God Almighty. JCSO investigators believe that Dickens killed 3 of his biological children and his stepchild. They have been identified as, and this is so sad, Leah Dickens was 6 years old. Zoe Dickens was 9 years old. Wellington Dickens was 10 years old. And Sean Brassfield, his stepchild, was 18 years old. Dickens made his first court appearance Tuesday and is being held without bond, given the severity of all these charges. Of course, he should be held without bond. It is just disgusting as hell. Now, let me go back over here. There's nothing that says anything about his mother. I don't see anything that talks about her, but there's also another one which is really horrible. Listen to this one, and this is recent too. Let me go find the actual date of this one. In a recent and tragic incident in Texas, a mother is accused of shooting all 4 of her children inside a vehicle, killing 2 of them. This was in Brazoria County, about 45 miles. Oh my God. The shooting occurred inside a vehicle near Angleton in Brazoria County, which is about 45 miles south of Houston. Now, I'm about 3 hours and 20 minutes from Houston. So that'd be south, I'm north. Anyway, the mother later drove to a gas station and called 911. The incident took place on Saturday, October the 4th, in the early morning hours. Now, it says the victims were 2 children were fatally shot, a 13-year-old boy, O'Carroll Covington, a 3-year-old girl, Amora Chappell, and 2 other children, an 8-year-old boy, Treville Downer, and a 9-year-old girl, Kylie Ramolas. They were wounded but are in stable condition and have since been released from the hospital into foster care. The children's mother, 31-year-old Oneida Romulus of Porter, was arrested at the scene. In the investigation, authorities recovered a weapon at the scene and believe the shooting happened inside the vehicle. The 2 surviving children have been interviewed by deputies that are cooperating with the investigation. Court documents revealed that Romulus made incriminating statements during questioning, including that she called the devil instead of 911. God almighty. Yes, all children deserve parents. Some parents don't deserve the children. Oh, I believe that 100%. And we're seeing it more and more and more, girl, making me sick. It makes me sick. It actually does. She called the devil instead of 911. And it's also uncovered evidence of potential of criminal theft. So she's a thief too. Not only does she take the children's life, she's also a thief. All right, well, let's see what it's saying about that. Now, this was on October the 7th that they reported this part. A Texas mother who shot her 4 children over the weekend, killing 2 of them, faces murder charges. The 31-year-old mother is being charged with 2 counts of M and 2 counts of aggravated assault. She, let's see. Oh my, she's held on a $14 million bond. You know she's not going to be able to make bond. Not now, not ever, thank God. So 2 of the children survived. The children's mother said she called 911 to alert the authorities after shooting. Stallman said the authorities recovered a weapon at the scene, he added. It's impossible to make a sense of a senseless tragedy like this, but we'll do everything we can to seek justice for these children. And then the mother is a resident of Montgomery County, which is north of Houston. The shooting took place, and which this, let's see, over in Brazoria County. Okay, what's the next little part of this story? Let me see. I want to see what she's accused of stealing. So let's go back over here. Let me see if it even tells us what it is. What we've learned. Here we go. This is about what
is held in jail with.
Let me turn that down. Oh, it's on the news. Let me go pull this up on YouTube and we'll go ahead and show it. But you know, it is every damn day. Every damn day, something's happening to children by their parent, their step parent, or somebody in their family. We know that, and the stats are out there. I mean, I don't have to go look it up. I mean, we hear it all the time about the stats about, that 98% of the time injuries to a child happens from somebody within their family, which is just disgusting, right? I just don't understand how you can do something like that. I'm gonna pull this up and then I'll be able to show it to you guys. Hang on just a second. Let me get the name of it. It's called What We've Learned. Hang on a second. And this is going to be full credit to KHOU TV. So let me see. Learned about Mom in Texas. Oh boy. And I'll try to bring the North Carolina one up too. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. Hang on a second, guys. I'm sorry. I should have put this in the queue, but I didn't know it was going to go over to this one. I thought I was just going to talk about the other one, but let me get KHOU TV. 11. Okay, here we go. KHTV 11. Here we go. Apartment security guards. Meteorologist. Houston Medical Examiner admits errors. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. Okay, well, let me find this. Look, it just put on. I don't understand what we've learned. Hang on. About mom killed 2. I think it's this one right here. Okay, now hang on a second. I'll get it. Whoop. Here we go. Make this big. Now, here we go. All right, now just a moment. We'll get this back over here. I've got to split my screen and all that to get this to work right. Oh, my Lord. I'm telling you. Here we go. Split the screen and go back over here. Wait a minute. We split the screen, stupid. I swear. You know, if I would ever become a professional at this, it might make things better, right? So here we go. Pull this back up. No, that's not what I'm doing. What happened to my YouTube? Oh, boy. Here it is. Okay. All right, guys. Right here. Let's go. Oh, my gosh. Now, my dog's going to start barking. Come on now. Don't be doing that. All right. Oh, I'll have to just go to history, I think. Let's just go to history. No. Oh, Lord. Let me turn this down. Okay. Oh, someday I'll get this right. Someday I'll be a professional. All right, here we go. Okay. I know it kind of sucks that I didn't have it in queue, but I know it's going to talk about this way. What we've learned. Don't do that. What? No. Come on, stop. Stop that. Okay. What we learned. Why is my screen stuck? Oh, don't do that. All right, there we go. Okay, here we go. I was like, no, let's not have that. Let's see, 2 children. Shot. Okay, here let me get this over here. Come on now. Here we go. What happened when 2 children? This is it right here. No, that was 3 years ago. This was just 3 weeks ago. 4 kids were shot. Okay, I think it's this one right here. Here, and let me go. This one here. All right, hang on, guys. Hang on. Now I got to do this. Let's go share our screen. Here we go. Let's go see. Share our screen. Here we go. And we are right here. And share. Here we go. There we go. Let me get it going here. All right, there. Now you should be able to hear it. All right. Listen to him talk for just about this. It's terrible. Just terrible. Sharing the proper screen. All right. Let's try to share both of them. Hang on a minute. Let's switch that one around. Remove that one. We'll share it to the other one. One moment, please. Someday we'll get this right. It's get rid of him. Share my screen. Let's stop there sharing that one. Let's get the other one over here. This is better. This one's a better story over here. Share the screen. Come on. Is it this one? This one? No, it's not. Let's try to keep going to that. Oh, here, window. Hello. Right there. All right. Now we got it. Right here. Share. No. Well, we're just going to have to do it, I guess, like this. I don't know. Good Lord Almighty. Just play it. I wish. Oh, my Lord. I'll fix it in just a minute. But anyway. Okay. Oh, look at that mess. Oh, my gosh. All right, here. We'll fix it this way. Okay, I'm gonna hang on a minute. Take that one off and fix it. Why does this do this mess? I don't get it. All right, just a minute. We're gonna unshare that one and we'll redo it like this. All right, sorry about that. Okay, nope, just go away. Stop sharing. It's this one right here. Oh, my Lord, my Lord. Help me, Jesus. See, I want to talk about it, but I think it's right here. Here we go. Share. There we go. All right. Here we go. Start talking, dude.
All
right, now we're fixed. Sorry about
be the
that.
same again.
Sorry about that, guys.
You know, small town like this, we normally don't get this kind of action around.
Oh,
And all of them being kids, sometimes you just wonder what the world coming to. I mean, it's somebody's family that's shattered. You know, it's just, I mean, what can you do?
where is it?
If you had siblings or whatever, I mean, it never would be the same again.
Oh, God.
You know, small town like this, we normally don't get
Okay,
this
I'm gonna
kind
get rid
of
of that just
action
a second. I
around.
gotta find something. Okay.
And all
It's
of
just
them being
repeating.
kids.
Stop. All right. Anyway, there was a better story about this on channel 11, and I really want to find that one, but I'm kind of confused as to why I can't move my thing up now. It's just having problems. You know, the other day I was just talking along, and all of a sudden it shuts down at 18 minutes. But anyway, so we'll stop sharing that screen. Hang on, remove that one. Okay, let's stop that one. But he's right. That Angleton is a very small town outside of Houston. I grew up in Houston. That's why I know that. There we go. That's how I know that. So why is that? Why now I'm a little about that mess. Anyway, we'll just talk about it for a minute. So I mean, it's just all over the place. There was another one. Y'all hang on a second. There's another one that just hang on a second. Let me find this other one I just found. There was a big thing over here in Williamson County where they're looking for this man. Why am I looking like that? I'm telling you guys, I don't know. There I am. All right. Okay. So there was another one where there's another set of 4 children injured by a parent. It's hang on a second. More children. I can't stand it. All right, guys. Let me put this other one back up. Okay. There was one in Toledo as well. I'm like, what the world is going to happen here? Why can't y'all stop this? Here's one. There's that one. Okay. Here's another one. This was 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Now let me pull this one up. Okay, I'm gonna pull this one up, and it's titled J&K Horror: 4 children injured in mysterious some kind of explosion in a village. I'm like, how does that happen? You know. Then there's also a situation. This just happened too. There's so many of them. It's every single day. There's just so many. Let me pull this other one up. Oh no, I'm not. I'm never going to Facebook. Sorry, I'm never going to Facebook. But anyway, let me. Oh, come on. Look, I just can't do shit right today. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so 4 children. News. Here we go. Let's go to the news. This was. Let me see. Okay. Let me find this other one. More children injured in a car crash. That was a car crash. That was listen to this ridiculous mess. This is ridiculous. Parents were napping. Hang on a minute. Oh, don't do that. Stop. Okay. Parents were napping, playing video games as baby died in the car. What in the hell? Now let's talk about that. 2 parents are in jail after their 15-month-old little girl was left in a car for more than 2 hours and died in Southwest Bexar County, which that is over in San Antonio, okay? So Shavetta Landrea Combs and Aaron Michael Combs, they're both 27. They don't have jobs. What were they doing during the day? You don't got a job to go to? They're each charged with injury to a child, causing serious bodily injury or death, according to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. Shavetta Combs called 911 and told dispatcher that her daughter, I'm going to try to pronounce this, Anyana Sonora Combs, was not breathing about 6:30 p.m. on Thursday. The sheriff's office, and so they get there and they said that she had been left in a vehicle and was unresponsive. How do you leave your baby in a vehicle? I've always wondered that. How does that happen? How do you go in somewhere and leaving a baby in a vehicle? You know, oh my gosh. Temperatures in San Antonio reached about 100 degrees about 3 p.m., according to the National Weather Service. Yes, it gets extremely hot in San Antonio, Texas. And her parents told deputies that they had taken the baby with them to pick up her other 2 siblings from school. When they returned home, they forgot she was in the car. How are you forgetting your babies in the car? You went to pick up 2 other children. How do you forget your babies in the car? The parents were aware. They became aware that she was still in the car when one of the other kids started looking for her. What were they really doing? What were they really doing? Because I don't believe they're just sitting around playing video games and, we forgot the baby was in the car. How the hell? Come on now. There's no, You hear this a lot, but I just don't believe it's that easy, right? Remember the grandmother said she forgot the baby in the car. But remember that grandmother? She had also been responsible for another child that they lost years before. How do you forgive somebody for letting your child have something happen to it and put another child in their care? How do you do that? I don't understand, you know? So here we go. It says that once the other sibling said, hey, where's the baby? They went and found her and she was in the car. EMS pronounced her dead at 6:38. Video footage from a neighbor's camera showed the parents walking inside the home separately. Oh my Lord. And leaving, and then her 6-year-old sister and 4-year-old brother are now staying with their biological grandparents after an arrangement made by the Child Protective Service. Deputies interviewed both parents and discovered that the father had gone inside to play video games and the mother had gone inside to take a nap. So we're so tired, we're going to go play video games, and then we're also going to just go take a nap, and you don't think about your baby? How? They each, by their own admission, seem to be in their own little world and more concerned with going to play video games and more concerned with going to take a nap. Unfortunately, this baby died a horrible death. Salazar said, addressing questions as to why parents in this case were arrested. Well, you know why they were arrested? They left the baby in the car. Are you really? The mother had also been drinking the night before and had taken a illegal substance a few days prior. He said there was an ample time for somebody to notice that the baby was not in the home. I get getting caught up. No, I don't get getting caught up in this. Hang on a little. I don't want these advertisements to go away. They just keep popping up on my dang phone. So let me get back over here. Okay. Oh my Lord. Okay, so we talked about that. Why are these advertisements right here? I can't stand it. Okay. So he starts with that, and the dispatcher told the daughter that she was not breathing. So we got past that one. I lost my place whenever I had to go move all these little advertisements out of the way. So they were videoed from the neighbor's camera, saw them going inside. Deputies interviewed both. And by their own admission, they both seemed to have their own little world. The mother had also been drinking. Here's where we left off. So sorry. I get getting caught up in your own issues. I get being tired of being a parent of multiple children. I get all that, Salazar said. But in this instance, I don't think anything occurred here that absolves them from their responsibility of being parents of a baby. No, there's no such thing as getting caught up and going in the house. There's no such thing as that. No, I don't believe that. No. God. Anyana is the second, listen to this. Anyana is the second child to die in a hot car in San Antonio area and the 8th in Texas this year. 8 children in Texas. So how many children all over the United States have died from being left in the car this year? How many? On July 9th, Aiden Martinez, 5, died after his parents, he was 5 years old, thought she thought she'd dropped him off at the Kiddies Academy on Carson Hill Drive and went into work. She worked next door. No. How is this possible? She worked next door. He's 5 years old. He can get himself out of the car. This one makes no sense at all, guys. No sense at all. A baby cannot get over there and open the car door and say, oh, it's hot. I got to get out of here. How did the 5-year-old be trapped in the car next door to his daycare? I don't believe that. Aiden was instead forgotten in the back seat of the car for much of the day until his mother drove back to the school and found him unresponsive. What? On July 29th, a 4-year-old girl had somehow gained access to a vehicle in Poteet, according to the news reports, and she was found unresponsive and pronounced dead about 2:30 p.m. when the temperatures had reached 100 degrees. An outside temperature of 90 degrees can cause temperatures inside a car to reach 109 in just 10 minutes. It's that fast. And climb as high as 133 within an hour. According to the noheatstrokes.org, a website that tracks vehicle stroke child deaths, managed by San Jose State University meteorologists. Wow, that is interesting. I didn't know they had a whole. I don't believe a 5-year-old could not get out of the car. You tell me how that makes sense. Because even a car with child safety locks, he could have climbed into the front seat and opened that car door and gotten out. He very well could have. This makes no sense to me. I don't understand that. I don't understand it at all. Here's another one. Oh my God. Listen to this one. This was just recently too. Let me go find it. Where's my story here on CBS News? Come on. Oops, not going to open up. Okay, it's not going to open up there. Let me go find this next one. Let's go to the next page. Oh my God. This is a terrible one too. God almighty. I want these to go. Okay. A child at center of an Amber Alert found injured in a car, and the mother was arrested. This was Tyreka Bondman, 32, of Brunswick, Ohio, will be placed in county jail. So the police in Ross Township said they had arrested the mother whose 7-year-old son was the subject of an Amber Alert out of Brunswick, Ohio. Tyreka Berman, 32, is expected to be placed in the county jail. Of course she is. Police said that the Amber Alert reported that the boy was in custody of his mother and was in a life-threatening danger. Okay, why was he in custody of his mother if he's in a life-threatening danger? An arrest warrant for Bayman indicated that the boy had suffered substantial abuse. Oh my God, torture and traumatic injuries. If they know this, why was he ever in her custody? Come on, man. This is, hang on. I don't understand this at all. An arrest warrant for Bayman indicated that the boy had suffered the substantial abuse, torture, and traumatic injuries. The deputy of Ross Township said some of the torture was documented in a video that Bayman uploaded to Instagram. She uploads to Instagram her in the middle of abusing this child. Does she think nobody's going to notice this? Does she think nobody's going to keep this and she's going to, no, oh boy. Tracking information helped police locate this vehicle in a secluded area near the woods on William Street. Police said they found the mother asleep in the vehicle with a gun on her lap and the child on a folded down seats in the back. God, they had to reach in and unfortunately remove her from the car. She didn't suffer any injuries as a part of that. And the gun actually fell out onto the ground during the exchange. Police said they took Bayman into custody and took the boy to this children's hospital with multiple injuries and possible broken bones. So, wow. Police later said the boy was taken to a mercury burn center. Oh, God, it gets even worse. He had to be taken to a burn center from prior to the injuries. According to the criminal complaint, the boy told police his mom hit him in the face with a glass bottle, restrained him with belts and exercise straps. Pittsburgh's Action News 4 reached out to the Brunswick police to see what other charges Bayman faced, but they said they could not comment on the ongoing investigation. Oh, my Lord. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what that child suffered if he had broken bones and had to go to a burn center? Jesus Christ, people. How can you do this to your own children? I'll never understand it. Not ever. Oh, Jesus. Let's see. Here's another situation. That was not new. That one's old. Let me go to the side. Every day there's all kinds of these, and there's all kinds of new ones that pop up every single day. And I'm like, has it always been going on? Or are we just noticing it because now we have the information is everywhere and we can just, with all the news, all this stuff gets reported all the time. So I'm pretty much thinking that none of this is really new. It's just that we didn't have access to all this information before, right? Now, here's something that's this happened in a school. Come on. Oh, let's open up. My iPad won't even work today. I don't know what's wrong with it. It hurt to watch the video. Listen to this. 7-year-old injured in class without support staff. In a classroom. What the hell? Collect County, Georgia. A family in Georgia said their son was left in a classroom without proper support and ended up injured after an incident involving another student. Megan Hall said that she received a call from a teacher at Cox Elementary School in Colquitt County on August the 12th. The teacher said the 7-year-old son, Carson, had an incident with another student. He said she was reassured that her son was okay. However, hours later, she learned from her son that he had been hit, slammed, and kicked in the face during music class. Okay, you're in music class unattended? How's this happening? Where was the teacher? This is considered music class. Do the kids want to just teach themselves how to play an instrument, or do they get on a little? What's going on there? How does that happen? Golly. He said, I can go back over here. There was only one teacher present. Okay, how can anybody do all this to one child with one teacher present? Is the teacher not paying attention? What's she doing? According to his parents, Carson's individualized IEP requires a trained behavioral paraprofessional to stay with him throughout the school day. On the day of this incident, however, they said there was no paraprofessional was in the classroom, and they said the single teacher present was delayed in reaching to what happened. What do you mean delayed? How do you mean delayed? What do you mean by that? You're in the classroom. There's no reason to be delayed from getting over there and taking care of whatever the hell's happening. That is a piss poor excuse, and I'd be suing the school district. No, no, no. So then she says, God almighty, this is crazy. This is really crazy how this happened. Then they're talking about her, and basically the children were gathered around him, and he was lying on his back. He was trying to push with his legs and arms, pushing them away or off of him, and he looked like he felt trapped. I'm sure he was trapped. Good God. WALB requested the classroom video and related documents, but of course the county school systems denied. Of course they denied. They're not going to let that get out to the public because they would look so bad. Can you imagine the outrage that's going to happen whenever everybody sees this happening in a classroom? Yeah, think about that. They're never going to let that get out. They said because it was denied the request, citing student privacy and the FERPA protections. You can block out the faces of children and release that, but they don't want to because, again, they don't want to be held liable. They don't want people to see what's really going on in these public schools. Before this incident, Carson was already scheduled for eye surgery. After the allegedly kick to the face, his parents rushed him back to the doctor and concerned as his condition had worsened. Oh, God. We were worried that he was going to set us back with our surgery and things like that. We didn't know how much damage was done. He had visible marks from the incident. Carson is now recovering from his first of several surgeries, but his parents are still uncertain if they can trust sending him back to school. I wouldn't. My child would not be going back to that school. Hell no. In fact, that school would be providing myself and my child with somebody over here teaching him, right? Because that should have never happened. There needs to be something put in place as far as notifying the parents when injuries take place. There are supposed to be protocols and everything like that, but they need to be being followed. This is what his mother's saying. Because us as parents, I wish these little, quit popping up there. We send our children to school every day. We should know without a doubt that our kids will be safe and return to us safely. In a statement by the superintendent, Dan Chappius, the safety of our students and staff is our top priority as we take all reports seriously. This week, the Hall family met with the school administration and the IEP staff to discuss Carson's return once he recovers from his surgeries. Questions still remain. Hell yes, questions remain. I have questions, and that's not even my child. Because I don't understand, what do you mean delayed reaction? And if he has children with special needs and IEPs that require, paraprofessionals to be with them during the day, they count on these people to be there. It's they need the extra help, or else they would not be approved to have the extra help. Where was his paraprofessional? And if she wasn't there that day, why was there not a backup paraprofessional prepared to take that job on? I don't understand that. I just don't understand it. God dang. Oh, let's see. There's just so many of these things. Golly. Another one. This is crazy too. A first grade student at Comstock Elementary School in Alapath was left with severe bruises after a school game of tug-of-war. What? In tug-of-war. The incident occurred during a program ran by the Cuyahoga Centers, leaving the 6-year-old Amaya Ross Dixon injured and her parents seeking answers. Dang, how in the hell does this happen? Willie Dixon, the father, described the moment his wife arrived to pick their daughter up and found her being bandaged. So she's being bandaged at school because of all of this stuff. She's kind of got stuck between the slide and the pole, and the kids tugging around on the pole. What kind of damn, oh my God, this makes no sense at all. None. She kind of got stuck between the slide and the pole, and the kids tugging around the pole. So basically, she was in the middle just being hammered, he said. The family expressed frustration that neither parent was notified at the time of the incident. The injuries, which included rope burns, bruising, and prompted the Dixons to take her to the hospital. When she was examined and cleared of severe injuries, despite the medical clearance, Amaya is now left with painful burns and trauma. Yes, the child's going to be traumatized by that. And yes, rope burns hurt. Dixon met with both school officials and and the center to talk about this. Leadership of Comstock Elementary reviewed the video footage of the incident, noting that it unfolded in just 11 seconds. The father criticized the lack of supervision, claiming the staff member on duty only responded after she ran for help. So nobody was watching this incident happen, and the children are just doing whatever. It happens in 11 seconds, which I know is pretty fast. But who's watching the playground? Why? Oh, that's Jack. Why is only one person watching the playground? There should be more. I don't understand that. This makes no sense. Oh my gosh. Okay, so they talk about it happened in 11 seconds, and so they operate. This particular center, which operates the All Aboard After School program, this was an after school program. Okay, just released a statement confirming that the incident offering support to the family. We are actively conducting through internal review and awaiting and local police findings in this statement. The safety and well-being of the children and families what's it saying? The safety and well-being of the children and families we serve is always our top priority. The program has offered a therapist for the child as part of its response, but the Dixons are seeking accountability for the adults involved. I don't blame them. Miami-Dade Public Schools stated that none of the personnel were involved as the incident occurred after hours, but they are conducting their own investigation. So they reiterated their commitment to maintaining a safe environment for children, citing the adherence to local, state, and federal safety standards. Meanwhile, CBS News in Miami has reached out to the program for further comment. James Phillips is a licensed mental health counselor who advises treating trauma like what this child experienced early. If not, he says you run the risk of misdiagnosis of a child having a learning disability or even a depressive disorder. And that makes sense to me. You may have your trauma event and say, oh, I'm back at home and everything's fine. Or, oh, my child's fine. But then a week later, you may find the behavior in school. Maybe they're refusing to go to lunch or whatever with their classmates because, those classmates help them get injured. So anyway, for now, the Dixon family is left questioning how an activity meant to bring children joy could result in their daughter's injuries while the investigation continues. I want to know that too. Now, here's the thing about after-school programs, and I don't know if you know this or not, but after-school programs are usually ran by, like our schools, they're ran by the local YMCA. It's not really the staff from the school district running the after-school program. They just use the school for the after-school program so the children don't have to get on a bus and go someplace else. So when you have got after-school programs being ran like that and there's not really a school official there, what do? I think that's where the downfall is. So let's look at this for a second because it is important. After-school programs and how they're ran. That's what I want to know. After-school programs. Okay, who's responsible? Let's figure out who's responsible here. These are just little things we never look at. I know I started out talking about that one thing, but there's really not much more information about that yet. But I'm going to keep up with that. I'm going to track that case because I want to know what happens over there. How the world did he do this? God, it's sickening. So as far as after-school programs, responsibility for after-school programs lies with a combination of federal and state agencies, local school districts, and program-level staffs and leaders. Funding often comes from a federal grant like the 21st Century Community Learning Centers, and which is administrated by the state education department like the Texas Education Agency. Ultimately, a school district's board of trustees and program directors are responsible for the day-to-day operations and staff managing. That's a little weird because I know the YMCA runs ours, but so it says the key responsible parties are the federal government. They authorize and provide significant funding for after-school programs through legislation like Every Student Succeeds. State agencies administers federal funds, and many also provide a state-level resources and oversight. For example, the Texas Education Agency manages the Texas ACE program, which uses federal funding. And then there's the local school districts. They have authority to establish rules for access to school campuses for after-school programs, often through their board of trustees. They may choose to operate a program themselves or contract with a third party. That's what I'm saying. Ours is with a third party because we're talking about the YMCA group. So there is program directors. Now, here's this weird thing. They're responsible for hiring, training, and evaluating staff for the overall quality of the program. Then there are group leaders. are responsible for ensuring the safety and well-being of children as well as engaging with the families. Now, I will tell you this. The contract community organizations are YMCA, Boys and Girls Clubs of America, 4-H. They frequently run these, okay? Now, in our area, and I don't know if it's like this in other areas, but these, usually the people who work the after-school program, some of them are students themselves. They're at the high school or they're over at the community college and they're hired by the YMCA just to do this after-school program. So you're talking about people that are not really adults running the after-school program. So when you put people like that in charge, and then children get injured, who's responsible for it, really? When you stop and think about that, you think, oh, well, the YMCA would be responsible, right? But when they hired students to come in and do this, I just think that something needs to change. It needs to be ran by adults. And I understand it's hard to get adults to work part-time like that, because you're talking about a job that lasts from 3 o'clock in the afternoon to 6 o'clock in the afternoon, because they have to come. Most of the time it closes at 6 o'clock when they're getting picked up after school. But also these after school programs are also open during the school holidays, and they still use the school. So like on let's talk about a federal holiday where the banks are closed but everything else is open. So the school is over there open, is still open when there's like if there's a school holiday, but the after school program is open because people don't have regular daycare, so they take their children to this program there. And that can be good, but it can be bad. So I just think there's some responsibility bit there. And in that incident, 11 seconds, that I don't understand how it could happen so fast. 11 seconds, boy. Now, let's talk about this other one. This one, see, there's just so many. It's every time you turn around. Oh. Okay, let me find this other one. There's another one I want to talk about. Jesus, I wish I would have preloaded this stuff, but when I just got interrupted when I had to go to the store and get more candy. What? Oh no. Okay. Okay. Here's another one. Come on. Open up. Look, go away. Now I'm getting all kind of little things popping up on my damn laptop in the middle of what I'm doing here. Okay, so. Mother of girl injured in Annunciation church shooting. It was a church shooting. Yes, people are shooting people at church now. The mother of a girl who was injured in the church shooting spoke up to Hennepin Healthcare on Thursday and called for change. Vivian St. Clair, who is 9 years old, baby. She's 9 years old. She's at church and she gets shot. She was shot twice in her back and once in her arm while attending mass. She was attending mass. Oh, God. You can't even send your children to church anymore. Her mother, Malaya Kimbrell, who works at the healthcare as a nurse and a clinical care supervisor at the hospital's newborn intensive care unit. She's talking about this. Fletcher Markle and Harper Moisky, ages 8 and 10, were killed in the shooting. 21 others were injured. Oh, this is that terrible thing. Kimberly firstly thanked all the heroes of the shooting, including but not limited to the first responders, the medical personnel, and the children who shielded each other from gunfire. Can you imagine the scene? That is horrific. I want to warn you, if you think you want to, this won't happen to your kids, your neighbors, and your nieces and nephews, you're wrong. She added that without action, we'll be here again, mourning the loss. Oh my goodness. That is terrible. Just talking about mourning the loss of innocent lives. Everyone listening to be a part of the change. Who the hell is going to do something? Who is going to make the change? And it will cause that to happen. So sorry, guys. All right. So do you care about your kids? Don't tell us. The answer is show us. Right. And I will get the names of any lawmakers who stand in the way of that happening. And I will invite you to come to my living room and insist that you hold Vivian's hand while we do her dressing changes each night. And she cries the entire time. And you can look at her in the eye while she cleans her bullet wounds. And you can tell her to her face why you're opposed to keeping her safe, while why a semi-automatic rifle is more valuable than her life. I don't blame this mom. I don't blame her one bit. She needs to be upset about this. We all need to be upset about this. So members of the media also heard from Samantha Lowe, the manager of the healthcare. She said she was the nurse who stayed with Vivian while she received CT scans. Vivi showed so much strength and courage, she said. Staying with her wasn't bravery. It was an instinct. As a mom myself, I'd hope that someone would do the same for my child, and I would do it again tomorrow without hesitation. Lastly, the media heard from Rachel Dennett, who's also she's the chief of the nursing office. She's nursing officer there. I mean, good Lord. How did that happen? You know, it's all the time. Violence against children. I don't know. I don't understand it. Good Lord. See, it just keeps on and on. There's so many. Anyway, now I'm going to talk about something else for a minute too. I do have access, but I'm not going to show them because we've seen them, to all of the videos and things. Hey, Sprinkle, you're still there. Good to see you. Yeah, it's just sickening. It absolutely is. I'm so glad you could sneak your phone and listen to. It's sickening. It is sickening. I can't stand it, I just can't stand it. But I was going to, okay, so last night we were doing our show on Devil and Tate, and then of course the information about Monkey Bond came out, and so we switched over. But Devil and Tate. Now, I'm going to talk about him for just a second, because that's really important to me, and it's important to Sprinkle Donut too. I know it is. And I don't have, oh, come on, go away. I don't have our information yet. I don't know how long it's going to take them to get it to us, but we do have a huge FOIA sit in to get the information. So let me pull up Devil and Tate for a minute. Nobody talks about him except myself and Lady Freedom. Why? I don't understand that. Here we go. Okay, so Devil and Tate has been missing for 6 months now. 6 months. Not one thing. He's not, just like our baby Sebastian has not been seen anywhere. I don't understand. Now, I do have concerns, though. We talked about this last night, something about the Michigan militia was going to help Devin. They bought him a ticket to go to his mother's house, but he had to clear up this other thing they had going on in the court system, okay? But I got questions. I do. How did he get involved with the Michigan militia? Because I have looked up the Michigan militia, and some of these things that they talk about are not nice, because it's not bringing creators money. That's why. Thank you. It's not bringing creators money. I know you know this, Sprinkle. I don't care about the money. I'm not monetized. I don't care how long it takes. None of that matters to me. When I decide to take on a project, I have to see it all the way through. And when it comes to this child, he just pulls at my little heart. Because he's 18 years old, or he's now 19 years old. And when you have a child that's been, that has things against him already, he's vulnerable. So, I mean, he has autism. He's got cerebral palsy. He's actually acts the age of maybe a 14, 15, 16-year-old. So that's kind of a problem. How are you putting him out into the world? You can't. He's not ready to go out into the world. He needs to go back to his mother's. He needs to go to his mother's home in Arizona. I wish he could have gotten there before any of this happened, because he's just not ready. He needs some more life skills before he's out and, sent out to be an adult. At this point, he couldn't even really get a job yet. So I'm very just disgusted by it. But let me tell you something. I'm going to pull this back up for you. Hang on just a second, guys. And this is about the Michigan militia, okay? Because there's a lot of stories about these people. Come on, go. And who they are, what they are, and I want to know how he got hooked up with them, because it's not all lollipops and sugar sticks, right? These are some dangerous people, folks. So Michigan has a history of private militia activity, with several groups operating in the state, including the ongoing Michigan Militia Corps, the MMC, and others that have gained national attention, such as the now defunct Wolverine Watchmen. These private, unauthorized militias are generally prohibited from engaging in activities reserved for the state militia. And Michigan law also prohibits paramilitary activity in furtherance of civil disorder. Now, here's some key issues about these people, and I am concerned. Legal status. Under the Michigan Constitution, the military, including private groups, must be strict subordination to the civil powers. State and federal laws make it illegal for unauthorized private militias to engage in activities such as law enforcement or military operations. Okay. The Michigan Militia Corps, founded in 1994, is still in operation through its memberships and has significantly declined from its peak of an estimated 6,000 members in the mid-1990s. Other groups, such as the Michigan Library Militia, have also been active in recent years. Here's some recent events. In 2020, members of the Wolverines Watchmen group were arrested in a widely publicized plot to kidnap the Michigan governor, Gretchen Whitmire. Do you remember that? Because I do. You might not be old enough to remember that, but I remember that. Sorry. So anyway, and so they had a plot to kidnap this person because they weren't getting what they wanted, I guess. In November 23, the township of Holton, Michigan, passed a resolution to create its own local militia to protest state red flag gun laws. The action was largely symbolic and did not create a legally recognized state-sanctioned militia. As of late 2024 and into 25, analysts note that militia movements have become more intertwined with political parties and national politics, indicating a continued and, in some cases, emboldened presence in public view. So it's scary to me how he got into that group. Who I have questions. I have a lot of questions about this, and let me show you something. Okay, so I was talking to Lady Freedom, and I asked some questions this morning. We were talking about this, and I want to find this out. I want to know, number one, why would the Michigan Militia Group decide to help Devlin Tate? And then number two, who does he know from that group? Okay, and number three, who in that group lives in that area that he was seen in? Who was it? How long had he known someone in that group? Is that group known for violence? And are there RSOs in the Michigan Militia Group? These are the questions I have. And I think it's important because these things would be, we have our thoughts on who we think did what, right? We do. But here's the thing. What if what we think is wrong? But also, what if he was introduced to this group by one of those people? And do they know? Does any of the family know these people? I want to know this. I really do. Because I think we know that the police department, or LE, because he's kind of considered a runaway. I don't know if they're considering him a runaway, because I don't see that it's considered a criminal case yet. And that doesn't make sense either. He's a vulnerable person. Once again, we're over here with vulnerable people, these, people with autism, people with different things. They disappear, and the first thing it's called is a runaway, even though we know they did not run away. Most of the time, children with autism are just very regimented, and change is not easy for them. And I can tell you that. I will tell you that my child, who's over in college right now, he's in pre-med at University of Texas. Woohoo! So proud of him. He ate the same thing for lunch every day, all 4 years of high school: a green apple, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, a little drink pouch, and a cheese stick. That is, even during the summer, that is what my child ate for lunch every day. It's part of this regimented thing. Now, Sebastian, and Devlin both have the same chromosome deletion. My child doesn't have anything like that, but he's just very. I think it's called 2E, which is like very high functioning. His is more that social thing. Anyway, these kids. God, I want to show y'all something. Hang on a minute. Let me get rid of this. Let me show y'all something, because I was talking to Lady Freedom about this morning. Hang on, guys. Oh, my dog's got to run out there and bark and carry on and act a fool. I don't know what's wrong with him. All right, here we go. So I'm going to pull this up. Just one moment, please. Let's go over here and pull this back up. And it's going to be something that Lady Freedom had shown us before. Okay. And it's called Life Lessons from My Chair. Okay. Okay. It's so disgusting from my chair. Okay, hang on a minute. Because when you have to go back and listen to some of the things being said here, and it might help. Okay. Is this it right here? This is it right here. Now, hang on just a second. Okay, here we go. Let me make it this big. All right, now pull this back up. You get this back over here. I'm going to share this, and I want you to listen to this. Listen to what this man is saying, okay? Here we go. Okay, get this going.
About Black Lives Matter. Shouldn't all lives matter? Isn't it
everyone? This is Matt Tate.
Everyone, not one person for one type of person.
All credit goes
when you
to
say Black Lives Matter, aren't you actually saying that you're racist because one life matters more than another? No, you shouldn't say that. Every life should matter equally. In this country we have, why should we tear down monuments to,
listen to this guy.
Civil War?
He sits in his wheelchair.
Heroes, so to say, or generals of the past, or presidents? Are we doomed to repeat the issues of the past just because we can't get along, because we can't see eye to eye? I think so. We need to gather together as one people, united. Not Black Lives Matter, because Black lives don't matter any more than white lives. White lives matter just as much as yellow or red or green or blue or purple. So, get together, America. Hold hands, love each other, treat each other as equals, and if you can't, well, leave the country. Go somewhere else where it's going to happen. You don't see other countries tearing down monuments because they disagree. Some people disagree with it. No. Do we tear down the Greek statues of the gods?
Let me go over here and find this other stuff. I'm going to go back to Lady Freedom, and I'm going to show you something else now. This is him talking again, Mr. Matt Tate. And it's got to do with our Devlin Tate case, which this guy is just so, woo-wee. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay, that is something else. That is something else. Let me see. Hang on, guys, just a minute. Okay. Okay, come on. Where is my, here we go. Just a second. I'm going to pull this back up. And this is going to be his words again, okay, about this child in this situation. So, okay. Okay, let's see. What the hell is it? All right. Okay, hang on, guys. Hang on.
Hello, everybody.
Listen to this.
I usually don't bring this topic on my YouTube channel, but there's this guy named Devlin Tate who has gone missing and has been missing for 2 weeks as of today. If you guys see him, call your local silent observer or 911 immediately.
31.
This is nothing to mess around with.
My dog is growling at each other.
This is not a drill. This is nothing to mess around with. Have a great day.
Hang on a second.
Hello, everybody.
Stop now. I'm going to go back to my other Devlin Tate thing. Hang on a second. I mean, there's so much of it. Find Devlin Lee Hatfield. So she's got many. Guys. I'm going to find the one where he's talking. Because he's got a lot to say, okay? This man has a lot to say, but let me tell you something. He's one of the people that was with Devlin. He knows, I think he knows more than he's saying, really, as to what happened to this child. So let me put this on. And we're going to listen to this. Where was this? Hang on. I got to get it over here where it was. Now, that's the store. Just a minute, guys. Oh, we're not going to hear it. I don't know if she has it on this one or not, but listen to this. Okay, here. I'm going to play it from right there. Okay, play. Whoops.
Instead of Maury.
Okay, this is full credit to Lady Freedom.
At some point,
so listen to this for a second.
Lord help us.
And
Oh,
I
I just
want you to
remember
know
Jenny
that they
Jones
have.
and all of them. What is it, Ricky Lake? Oh boy, we don't
Who is
want
this
that.
person? Oh,
We
come on. We
don't.
want to talk about
And
Devlin.
really, at the end of the day,
Come on, lady.
we got this great guy. His name is Devlin. We can't find him. He's a good kid. He has his issues. We all get in trouble when we're young. Hell, it's better to get in trouble when you're
Yes.
young and get it out of the way, right? And learn the lesson. Like, I'm sure he didn't want to be in and out of court. Sounds like he felt bad what was going on. Thank you for coming back, Tamara. Thank you. But yeah, we were just
Tamara
kind
is
of
the
going over
grandmother.
your
No,
post
Tamara,
here. So,
he lived with Tamara.
do I need to be Jerry Springer?
I need to
Kiki.
find the other one. I'm trying to look for that one.
Oh my goodness. He had some, now he was wild. I never seen
Okay,
nothing
let's
like
go now.
Jerry.
Come on. I'm trying to find
He
where
was
she starts
wild.
talking about Matt again.
Yeah, he does. He sounds like he's very routinely. Yeah, he was too. So, thank you. Thanks for
Okay,
being
hold on
here,
a second,
Andrea.
guys.
I
I'm trying to
appreciate
find
you.
that.
Yeah. Good night, Kiki. Jerry. Now I'm gonna call you Jerry. Um,
Okay.
yeah, here's Andrea.
Okay, come on.
Oh my gosh.
We're
I
trying to get to
remember
one
that was one of the
spot.
shows my mom's like, I don't know if you guys should be watching that. And we're sitting over there like, oh my gosh, Mom, he's from Chicago. It's like Oprah. Yeah, not quite.
Shh. Oh, come on, put that.
But no, all kidding aside, I mean, if somebody did in fact come up and pick Devlin up, I mean, I'm just wondering if he would feel comfortable to get into a vehicle with somebody he just met online, because he does seem like he's very friendly. So yeah, go ahead and send it to me, Town Chat. If you could just send it to my
I just hate
my
Facebook.
text.
I don't want to have to go there. Okay, just a second. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to take this off because I'm going to tell you something else I just found just now. Hang on just a second, okay, guys? Let me get this. Let me get this
But
off
yeah,
because
just
it's
send
really
it, just
not
send
where I
it to
wanted
my
to go
text
with
if you
this.
find it.
I really wanted to get the spot where she's talking about where this Matt guy comes up and starts going on and on and on on her channel. So here we go. Listen to this. I have a longtime friend who is very involved in finding Devlin. So I've been following ever since he went missing. There is some pretty bad drama surrounding this case, not because this young man needs to be found, but it seems that these folks have moved on for the most part. There is an FBI page, a Facebook page that has a ton of info regarding the issues of the family, and they are the admins. I'm so sad for this young man. We're all so sad for him. This case should be getting way more attention than it is. Devlin is such a vulnerable young man, and he's been missing far too long. I hope Ellie is doing more behind the scenes than we're aware of, and I hope so too. This poor kid, that's a long time for him to be on his own without meds, okay? He was added to Name Us in June, It's just terrible. And I don't like Facebook. I don't go to Facebook. I can't stand it. Hang on a minute. You know what? I did not know this over here, but here's a whole bunch of other ones. Devlin Tate, mentally younger, several medical conditions, including cerebral palsy, needs meds. Last time seen was at Carl's Supermarket in Lake Odessa, April 2025. Now, there is this other situation. Hang on a minute, guys. I did not know that's what there. Hang on. I did not know that was there. Just a minute. I didn't know that. Okay, I don't really want to go to Facebook and say anything, so, here we go. Devlin Tate with special needs was last seen on April 21st. He's just shy of his 19, but his family said that much younger mentally. Devlin is diagnosed with cerebral palsy, ADHD, Tourette syndrome. Okay. Now, the family is offering a $1,000 reward. Now, I think it's more than $1,000 now. So there is a reward out there, but still, and nobody's saying anything. How does that happen? The family set up a public Facebook group for the search of Devlin. Let me see if I could just go right to that without having to go to a bunch of other stuff, I would. Let me see if I can. Hang on a second. I want to know if anybody's posted anything here lately or today even. Let's see. What have we got? Most relevant. Now, this was from 5 days ago, right? This popped up on my memory from Snapchat. Devlin was an avid Snapchat picture taker. He used to make take pictures with my baby often. These were from 2 years ago. Oh boy, look at that. After analysis and lengthy discussion, and no, I will not reveal my sources, the most probable scenario is that Devlin got into a non-family member's vehicle in Lake Odessa with someone he knows on that Monday, okay? I suggest we all think about someone you know who borrowed a vehicle unexpectedly, and maybe it came back cleaner than when it left, or maybe someone who drives a dirty vehicle, and then suddenly the vehicle's clean. Also, I believe it's possible that the Iona detective has interviewed a person or persons whose story they do not believe. The best thing you can do, oh, hang on. No, go back. Shit. I lost my place. Are you kidding me? Oh, let me get this right here. I just want to read this story. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. Let me get back to this. See more. Okay, that was Steve Hammer. He goes, the best thing that you can do is contact the police department with anything that was odd, not normal, or things you might have heard. Hearsay evidence is not admissible in court, but can lead a detective to the truth. And you can choose to comment, but I know I will not be responding to those comments. Thank you. Anyway, this is somebody else that was talking about him. This person was called, his name was Steve Hammer. This may sound crazy, but has anyone tried talking to a medium? Listen, I think they should try that. I really do, because, okay, I want to tell a little story about myself. This was after my child had passed away. I don't know if you know who the Long Island medium is, but she was over in a place outside of Austin. We got tickets to it somebody couldn't go, so we bought their tickets off of them that afternoon. We had no plan of going. We were sitting in this stadium, and we had floor seats. We're just sitting there, and all of a sudden she says, this is Teresa Caputo says, why am I standing in a cornfield? And I thought to myself, wait a minute, I know what that was. My son was allergic to corn, but the only people that knew that was myself, his brother, and himself. Nobody else knew that he was allergic to corn. We found that out when he was very young. So, which is weird because we are a corn-based society. So I stood up and said, well, my son's allergic to corn. And she started talking to me, right? Here's the thing about it. She knew things about what happened that she should not have known. So I really think there are people who can see beyond the veil and bring back information. And I don't want to sound crazy. Please don't accuse me of that. But it's just that there's no way she could have known these things. Now, no, it wasn't. But anyway, I would hope maybe a medium would come forward and see if they could talk. Somebody could talk. And then here's another one. I don't know why, and I'm sure I'll be called crazy, but does anyone remember if any trains came through town around that time of this disappearance? No, I think that's perfectly normal, because people jump on trains all the time. There are people that jumped on trains to get across Mexico to get to America. We know that. I'm so sick and tired of hearing how we need to be investigated. This is from Sabrina. Sabrina, okay? I'm so sick and tired of hearing how we need to be investigating Devlin's disappearance. Here we go. We didn't have anything to do with him disappearing. If we knew where Devlin was, we wouldn't be contacting different resources and wasting their time that could be used to search for someone else. Really? But our loved one is missing. We want our loved one to come home just like any other family. I've seen so many missing people's posts in the last 6 months, and never have I seen so much hurtful comments, bashing, or unhelpful bullshit like I have with Devlin's case. Well, apparently, Sabrina, you've not watched YouTube and you've not kept up with Sebastian Rogers case, because if you've done that, then you would understand, and you would see more bullshit than what's happened here, okay? And then she goes, it doesn't help that Devlin has this is terrible. It doesn't help that Devlin has a biological mom that doesn't know anything about Devlin or his life that we lived. Shut up. Shut up, Sabrina. Don't you dare. His mother, number one, was taken out of his life by something that happened she didn't have any control over back when he was a baby. A judge made a mistake there and put him with this other family, okay? Shut up. But one thing I can say is I'm sick of all the lies that are being broadcast, but ain't no one asking for the truth. Well, tell us the truth, Sabrina. Come on somebody's channel and tell us the truth. Please come tell us the truth. Come on mine. I'll let you come up and talk. Please, come on, Sabrina. Come tell us the damn truth, please. Someone knows something. Please bring any info you have to the police. Please rethink. I miss my nephew and I want him to come home. All right. This is from somebody named Laverne Newcomb. This was a response to an email that I sent to the detective handling Devlin's case. as I was wondering why he wasn't listed in the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. The NCMEC will only take submissions on juveniles and in some special cases, people that are 18 to 20 years old, if they are under court supervision due to having special needs. There was a Berry County judge who determined that Devlin was not in need of any guardianship in a hearing after he turned 18, which means he was legally an adult when he disappeared. This is an important legal distinction in how these cases are classified, in which Devlin is classified as a voluntary missing adult. Oh my God, no, he's not a voluntary missing adult. Have nobody been paying attention? That being said, the sheriff's office has never treated this case The sheriff's office has never treated this case as just a voluntary missing adult, and we've gotten hundreds of hours of work into this case. Just because he doesn't fit a specific criteria doesn't mean we put less work into the case. He has been added to the National Registry of Missing Persons through the interstate NCIC system. We've uploaded dental records and fingerprints, and we're actively following up on every viable lead that we receive. As you can imagine, we have received many, many such tips. Thank you for your time. Wow. There's more to see. I don't want to log in because I don't like Facebook, but can you make, oh my God. Okay, so Sabrina put that out there on October the 18th. Has she been on anybody's channel? Has she offered to come on anybody's channel? Has she done any of that? No, she hasn't. I'm going to ask you right now, if you're listening, if you want to listen, if anybody knows her, whatever, Sabrina, come on up. Come talk to me about Devlin's case. Please do. I want the truth. I want him found. I want help. I want people to stop. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to stop with that right now. Anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I know a lot of y'all just listen on replay, and thank you for that as well. That's fine. You know, I know we all have, see my fish picture? I know we all have things we have to do, but anyway, y'all have a great evening. Enjoy your trigger trading. Please be safe out there. Please be careful out there. Watch your children and hug your babies. Bye, guys. Talk to you later.